Hi, welcome back to My Yoga to Go. This is called our Renaissance Restoration Series, and I'm very pleased to have my friends Greta and Steven from the Renaissance Project here in New Orleans. And what we're going to do is show you a simple 15-minute routine that you can practice really anywhere, anytime on your own to restore the architecture and length of your body. So if you have a carpeted surface at home, that would work really well. It'd be very comfortable. If not, what we've done is taken these yoga blankets and just put them on top of a yoga mat. You'll begin lying down on your back, which is always a wonderful, comforting, nurturing way to begin any practice. Notice that when you do lie down on your back, if your chin is higher than your forehead, then not only is it difficult for you to breathe, it also is difficult for your back to sink into the ground. So if you look at right now, Greta's chin's just a wee high. What I'm going to do is take a thin additional blanket and put it underneath the back of her head, so that those points are more level. And I'm going to do the same with Steven as well, actually. Just a thin blanket under the back of the head. Good. Now here you are at home, having sorted that out for yourself. You're lying down on the ground, and it's a warm, comfortable surface. You notice that typically in our life, we all have a lot to do, and we're typically on fast forward, running forward to the next thing. So just notice right now your back being back on the ground. Bring your legs all the way together. Spread all 10 of your toes apart. And begin to press your heels forward away from your pelvis. Like you're stretching out through your legs. Now notice the effect that has on your back. That when you rub the heels out along that blanket, you feel that your lower back gets just a little bit flatter on the ground and a little bit longer on the ground. That should feel pretty good if you tend to be a person who's arching or swayed in their back. Just notice there that the activation of your heels produces an elongation to the back of your waist. Notice that you are breathing without any yoga teacher or specialist, for that matter, telling you. You already are breathing. So you just become aware of a natural rhythm to your breath. Good. Turn your palms to face up toward the ceiling. And as you feel your next inhale, I want you to sweep your arms out wide and overhead, almost like they're snow angel arms. Good. Keep the hands about shoulders width apart. Keep the palms facing up toward the ceiling. And while you maintain this reach of the back of your pelvis going out to your heels, I want you to, in the opposite direction, reach from your lower back ribs all the way through your fingertips. So you could even think of your arms as beginning not in your shoulder sockets, but way lower down toward the back ribs. And when you start to stretch the arms from that place, you'll feel even more length to the back of your waist. Good. Now let your lower front ribs relax down a little bit, Steven. Yeah. There you go, Greta. You reach from the back of your ribs all the way through to your fingertips. If your ribs have poked up toward the ceiling, just let an exhale help them center and soften down. In the same way, as you continue to extend through your elbows and to lengthen your body, I want you to slide your shoulder blades down away from your ears. That's it, Greta. So the shoulder blades, instead of scrunching up, which a lot of us are doing all the time when we're at our computers, you release the blades down. You maintain that length through your arms as you press your heels out along the ground. And again, notice the rhythm of your breath. Listen for a nice inhale. And as you feel the exhale, hug your right knee to your chest. That's it. Bring your hands on your shin. Squeeze the leg in. No need to over squeeze. In fact, each time you exhale, the leg is just going to fall a little closer into your chest. Yeah. So in yoga, it is somewhat important to hear the instructions because that way you know the general form of what we're doing. But what's more important is to keep hearing and listening to the rhythm of your own breath. When you hear the next inhale, straighten that right leg along the ground. Lay your arms on the ground with the palms facing up. With the next inhale, sweep your arms out wide and up overhead, just like they're snow angels. Good. Lengthen from your heels to your hands. As you straighten those elbows. Good. On the exhalation, hug the left knee into the chest. Squeeze in. So this is really just a simple pose. It's a feel-good pose, especially if you have any stiffness around your hips and in your lower back. And even though we use the word pose, which sounds like a static, sort of almost sculptural thing, when you keep listening to your breath, you realize it's more of a posing, that it keeps deepening. Yeah, it keeps softening in some ways. Good. On the inhale, release. Left leg long on the ground. Arms down by side. Once more, squeeze the legs together. Spread all 10 toes apart. As you feel the inhale, sweep your arms out wide and up overhead. There you go, Stephen. When you feel the exhale, hug your right knee into your chest again. Now the hands are going to go on the shin. You keep breathing it in. Only this time when you feel an exhale, you're going to do a little bitty sit-up. You lift your head off floor. That's it. Peel your shoulder blades off the floor. And any amount you can, hollow your belly core in order to lift your chest just a little higher. Beautiful. Inhaling, release, head down, slide the right foot on the ground, lay your arms on the ground outside your hips. With your inhale, sweep the arms out wide and up, snow angel arms. With your exhale, hug the left knee into the chest again. We're not rushing. Remember, this is restoration, not frenetic excitation. So you just wait, and when you feel the next exhale, you begin the little sit-up. It's more of a posing than a pose, see? So it's not an end point, like you got to get there and hold it. Each exhalation hollows your belly. Each exhalation peels your shoulders off the floor. That's it. It's a growing entity, this yoga posing. Beautiful. And then inhale, release down. Head on blanket, legs long on ground. Lay your arms on the floor outside your hips. Good. Once more, squeeze those legs together. Spread all 10 of your toes apart. And push out through the heels, Greta, so you maintain that length of your back. Beautiful. Inhale, snow angel arms. They go out wide and up. Exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. This time, keep your head resting. Interlace your fingers right behind the back of your right thigh. And then keeping the fingers interlaced, I want you to do your best to straighten the right leg up to the sky. Now take your time. If you've been running on the treadmill of life, metaphorically, or even running around Audubon Park or something, your legs might be stiff. So you want to be kind with yourself and yet persistent with yourself to push the right thigh into your hands as you stretch open the back of your knee. There you go. And extend up through your heel. That's it. So it's patience and persistence. Push the thigh into the hands. Open the back of the knee. Reach up through the heel, almost like that's a chimney. And there's some smoke exiting, some excess tension exiting through that chimney stack. Nice, you two. Release. Lay that right leg on the ground. Hands on the floor outside your hips. With the palms face up, you're just going to wait for your ethereal inhale to float your arms overhead. Nice. With your exhale, hug the left knee into the chest. Good. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the left thigh. In the same way, you're going to extend your left leg up. You pause and note where there's some tension knots. And it's not that you It's not that you bulldoze through them. It's not that you shy away from them. You keep breathing and sort of ironing them out. So what most of us find is that each exhale will help push the left thigh into the hands. Each exhale will help stretch open the back of the knee. Each exhale will help clear the heel like it's going up, smoke up our imaginary Christmas chimney stack. Yeah. Nice, that's it. Beautiful, Greta. Patience and persistence. Wonderful. Now release that leg down on ground, hands down by floor, palms facing up. On the inhale, sweep your arms out wide and up overhead. On the exhale, hug both of your knees into your chest. Good. This time with your exhalation, do a little sit-up, meaning lift your chin to your chest. Yes. Now from your sit-up, I want you to keep your knees together, keep your feet together, lift up a little higher with your torso and hold the outside edges of your feet with your hands. It's okay if you can't grab the outside edge of your feet, just hold your outer shins or something. But this can be really nice to pull your feet closer to your face. While you lift your face a little bit closer to your knees, and so you're stretching out the whole back side of your body. Beautiful. Release that down. This time, just keep your knees bent, the feet on the ground. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. So soles of the feet flat on ground. Now, without using your hands, you're going to draw your right knee toward your chest. Without using your hands, you're going to stretch the right leg straight up to the sky. Deep inside your right hip socket, and we can let this go a little farther forward, I want you to turn your right thigh outwardly. So that the right knee turns to the right toes turn to the right, but really it's your right thigh bone that's turning. Good. Then bend your right knee, cross that right ankle on top of the left knee. Good. Flex your right foot and draw the left knee to the chest. One bummer of yoga is there are a lot of rights and lefts. So take some time for that to actually register. You're hugging your left knee toward your chest. Feed your right hand through the window that you've created with your legs. Take your left hand all the way around, either to the back of the left thigh, or in Greta's case, she can hold her shin here. So can Stephen, yeah. And when your hips are a little tight, you might notice that you can only have hands on thigh. Totally fine. But for this last simple hip stretching pose, what I want you to feel is that same comfort of the exhale is helping you to pull in a little closer. Nice, Greta. To pull in a little closer. And as that leg's pulling in a little closer, see if you can get your tailbone, Stephen, to come back down to the ground. Yeah. There you go. And that'll be just a little new layer, probably. A new layer of sedimentary rock around your hip that gets revealed. Good. Beautiful. And then release. Let's have knees bent, soles of the feet flat on the ground again. Without using your hands, you're going to draw your left knee in toward your chest. Without using your hands, stretch that left leg up to the sky. Good. At the center of your left hip socket, turn the thigh outwardly so that your left knee turns left, your left toes turn left. The whole pattern of the leg is turning out. Good. Then bend that left knee. Put left ankle on top of right knee. Beautiful. Flex your left foot. And when you feel the exhalation, draw the right knee to the chest. Yes. Now remember, you can feed your left hand through the little window. You made a nice window with your legs. Take your right hand all the way around. They're making it look really easy. You might notice that you can't grab your shin. Your hand has to be on the back of your thigh. You might notice, too, that your chin is lifted up. And so it's not a problem, but just remember, think back to the first moment of this practice when you were lengthening your back and feeling your back. And sometimes just that thought of, oh yeah, this is an opportunity actually for me to come back to my back. As you think of that, you can actually release the muscles of the back of your neck. Your shoulders will set a little bit more into the ground. And as you use your exhales to draw the right knee closer to your chest. Nice, Greta. See if the tailbone can also come down. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, knees bent, feet on floor. We'll just uncross those legs. Take the whole right thigh, cross it all the way over the whole left thigh. Take your whole pelvis, slide it 3 inches to the right. Take your arms out wide to the side. And with your palms turned up, I want you to anchor your shoulders down so they feel heavy. Good. And then just drop the legs slowly over to the left. Yeah, that's it. See if the knees can come just a little closer into your chest, my friend. There you go. Good. Yeah. And this one can feel so wonderful for the muscles of your back. We have in our usual language, I feel wound up. I'm so stressed out with everything I have to do, I feel wound up. And so in our bodies, that actually manifests itself as the muscles being tensed and knotted up. And all you feel here in this really simple twist is that the weight of your legs dropping, the weight of your shoulders dropping, it helps to unravel some of those tension knots in your back. Very nice. Bring your knees back to center. Uncross your legs. Slide your pelvis back to center. Good. Try it on the other side. Left thigh all the way over right thigh. Slide pelvis a few inches to the left. Keeping your arms out wide to the side. Exhale, drop your legs over to the right. Beautiful. And we haven't mentioned in a while, but that same thread of your breath. When you listen to your breath, it instantaneously slows you down. It relieves the pressure that you feel to make things happen. And you start finding yourself in this unusual and yet familiar state where you're allowing things. You're allowing the body to open in its own time. That's nice. Beautiful. Okay, you two, come on back to center with your knees. Uncross your legs. Slide the pelvis back to center. Hug your knees to your chest just one time. Wrap your arms around shins. Give a little squeeze in. Good. And then release. You lay your legs on the ground like we had them before. Straight legs. Only this time, let the heels be about hips width apart. And totally relax the legs. The feet are just going to drop open. Good. In the same way, let your palms drop open. Let your eyes be closed. And notice that in a mere, 15, 18 minutes, you've just taken some time to restore the order of your body. The legs feel way more down to earth. The whole waist feels way freer. And so you didn't even need to go to the massage therapist. You just gave yourself a self-massage. Feel free to stay here and continue to enjoy your breath for another several minutes, or feel free to proceed along to one of our next restoration practices. Thanks so much. See you on the next one.